gentlemen. Just finished the press conference. How excited are you to be headlining a massive fight?
Very excited. Very, very excited. Just grateful to be here. Come here, flew in last night. Prep's been amazing, and to be able to be here and headline my own show against a former world champion, I'm nothing but grateful.
That's it. Now, you'll be fighting a former world champion and US Marine Jamel Herring. What does it mean to you now you're getting the chance to fight someone who's been on that highest stage?
It means the world to me, because the whole thing about being in this sport is to reach the pinnacle, and that's to become a world champion. Great example is good friend George Cambosis. I see myself doing and achieving the exact same thing. I want to win a world title, and then I want to unify, and then even if it means move up in weight and do the same in that as well. I've got big dreams for myself and for my family and for what I bring to the table. So this is just another step forward to what I want to do, and all my focus is on Wednesday night, and that's Jamel Herring.
Now, have you sparred George leading up into this camp at all?
No, unfortunately not. But I did speak to George a while back about his prep for the Lomachenko fight, and we're having a bit of talks about his last couple of rounds before going over, and he did mention about maybe if I come over, I've got a bit of time after this fight, and maybe doing some rounds. But my main focus right now is just on this Jamel fight, and to get this out of the way and climb on to bigger and better things.
Now, we've heard that you've been sparring Jalen Tate and Dana Coolwell on the Sunshine Coast recently. Now, how's that been?
It's been amazing, it's actually been a really good pleasure to be able to meet those boys, and nothing but love and respect for them, Steve Pitt, their hospitality. Great to meet the boys as well, Dana, Jalen, even Tyler as well, and all the boys out of there. We did amazing rounds. Me and Jalen, me and Dana, world-class boys. And it's just putting on to that. It's being part of that movement as where the guys coming in and kind of not taking over Australian boxing, because you've got Tim, you've got George, you've got all the boys still, but we're in the mix becoming a part of that as well, and that's what we want. That's all we want. We want to be up there with the pedigree of the best fighters in the world.
Both men fought last weekend, Jalen and Dana. What was your thoughts on their fights?
I didn't actually get a chance to watch Jalen's full fight. I did watch it, some of it, and Jalen looked great. I do forget what shot he got hurt with in the 9th, but he come back strong, and he boxed beautiful, and he played this really smart as well, which is great, and Jalen's got great ability himself, for a guy, he's got great range, great movement, and really good timing, really good timing as well, which was great prep for obviously getting ready for my fight as well. And then Dana's a really sufficient fighter. He can maintain and hold a pace. He's got great range as well, really good timing himself. But to be able to watch them both fight and see them, it makes me excited, because now it's my turn, and it was really good to move around with them, because it was one after the other. It was Dana, Jalen, me, and then even we're just all rolling fight to fight, back to back. So it's great, it's great for Aussie boxing as well.
That's it. Now, assuming you win this Wednesday, what's the next step?
Next step from here is, obviously go back on my team, idolise, revise, and talk about, what the next step forward is. I'd love to have a home fight back in Perth. I'll definitely be there for George's fight as well after this, but I'd love to have a home fight. And then if it means going elsewhere or coming back over east or doing whatever, whatever the team and whatever doors open in our favour.
Now, speaking on the Australian boxing scene, we do have George Cambosis fighting Vasily Lomachenko over in Perth. What is your thoughts on that fight, and what's it mean to Australian boxing to have a fight of that magnitude over here?
I really think for magnitude of this fight, somewhere like Perth as well, I do mention a fair bit that Perth does get left out. And Perth's a beautiful place. Perth is actually quite similar to here, Adelaide, but Perth does get left behind a little bit. Some with combat sports, like the fighters. There's a lot of fighters out of there that are just on the cusp, and they're not getting the resume and what's the word I'm looking for? The appropriate standard that they should. They should get a lot more standard as that comes, and to be able to bridge that out and myself to be able to mix with George and be on my own card here. I'm very grateful, but there's a lot of fighters there that get left behind, and to bring Vasily Lomachenko, already a boxing Hall of Famer, and then George, the same thing, to bring them to Perth and to fight at the RSC Arena, that place is going to be jam-packed. Even before the fight was announced, I had people asking me for tickets, and I don't have tickets. So, that's massic for Australian boxing.
Now, we've also got Liam Parra heading over to Puerto Rico in June.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on that fight?
I'm a big Parra fan. I think Parra's got him. I think Parra, if he boxes smart, does what he does best, I think he can give him a whole lot of trouble. But the other fellow, I forget his name now.
Mateus.
That's it, yeah, Mateus. Mateus he's a pressure fighter, but he's a very sneaky pressure fighter. So he sneaks up and he wears you down, he breaks you down. I think if Parra can just box smart and really cause a lot of problems, he won't have that time to be able to shut anybody down or shut Para down. For an instance, I think Para's got the leeway in that, and I hope Para wins.
Opateo greatest rematch, Saudi Arabia.
I was very grateful to be there for the first fight in Brisbane, or Gold Coast when that happened. And honestly, that fight with Jai and Breeders, it was honestly probably until the end where it was a little bit more back and forth. It was an 8-round, one-sided beatdown. I honestly, to watch Jai live for the first time, and I'm a big fan of Jai as well. Like, to watch him fight, it was honestly 8 rounds of him just beating Breeders up. And seeing the activity that Jai's had recently, I think it's going to be even more so this time. I think he's going to absolutely dominate Breeders this time. But give it to Breeders, he can still fight, he can still punch, still hold that power. He's still pretty conditioned as well, but it depends on what Breeders rocks up, because Breeders was ready for the first one. He rocked up, he showed, he obviously gave Jai a broken jaw in the later part of the fight, but Jai held on, he stayed strong. But I think Jai just absolutely dominates him this second time round.
Stable mate David Nika will also be going down there.
Yep.
He'll be fighting on the undercard against an undefeated German.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that fight?
I haven't done too much research on the German that he's fighting, but David's looking amazing. David's always sharp, he's always on, always in the gym, same as me, always working. I think, obviously I back David. David, I think, will make very, very nice, classy work of him. From what I do and have seen of the German guy, he can bang a bit, he can come in, he looks quite strong. But David's got levels above that. He's strong, he's fit, he's sharp, he can move. For a guy David's size, he's like a small heavyweight. And he really does possess so many ability on top of hard work as that as well. So I think it's a really good win for David as well.
So before we let you go, is there any final predictions for your fight?
Be ready for action.